Hello, this is Scott Byrne with SAWIN. I wanted to take a few minutes to make a video looking at the project side of our software a little further. Recently on calls, I've been hearing from customers that they don't think they could use our system because they don't do a lot of service work. So I wanted to dive into what a project looks like or what a longer job would look like within SAWin, being construction, remodeling, longer services, whatever might happen out in the field. So, going into the program, this is the main dashboard that you're going to see at the beginning. The first thing that you would want to do to build a new project or maintain one that's out there is going into your customer location. This is going to bring us into the customer that we want to do research on or find that longer project. So, within this system, I'm going to hit find. My customer is the Broken Spoke Lounge and Deli. You can filter this by the name, the address, the phone number, whatever the easiest search item is there. And then that brings you into the customer location. So scrolling down, I can see everything that's going on for this customer. Where we're going to find these projects and longer jobs is going to be under the projects tab at the very bottom. Clicking into this, I can see an existing project that we already have created. And then to the right, you could go into creating a brand new project as well. So I'm going to open up one that's already existing to show what this should look like as you're putting in information. This is the main page that you're going to see here. At the top, you can name this project, you can put an estimated start and end date and who the overall sales rep is. In the middle, you'll notice that there's profit margins required, total amount or quote amounts that are there, an overall description of what's going on, and internal notes to keep up with what's happening between the technicians. You can see in this description, this would be a longer project, removing and replacing a walk-in freezer, replace gas burners, replacing ovens. So it looks like this is kitchen equipment that's being pulled out and reinstalled, something that's going to take a little bit of time. Coming down to the bottom, you can build out proposals for what that would look like if you need to piece this job out a little further. So in order to remove and replace the two gas fryers, this would be a proposal, replacing the range, the walk-in refrigerator. So you could build out different quotes if that's how you need to break up this longer project. Service calls are going to be the actual jobs that are being done behind them. So now going out to remove and replace that walk-in refrigerator, you can create a service call or a work order to track it. And that's going to look like what a typical job looks like in SAWin. Problem descriptions, task codes to go for scheduling and billing purposes. So very simple to what creating a normal job looks like, but now it's under this project and everything is grouped up together. These service calls, whenever ready, can also translate over to the invoice section. So if we look at our invoices here, invoice number 10367, if I come back to the service calls, you could also find that work order that relates to invoice 1067 as well. So all of these items stay connected and it tracks back to the overall project. You can do purchase orders within here to create new items or material. You can return items if needed. All the labor and material that goes into building out a work order and generating that invoice is also totaled up within this labor and material tab. So we can go through and see based off of each work order, how many hours, overtime, regular, and just all the labor that's really going into this overall project. Same with material. Items that are added on to the jobs can be reflected here, and you can see an overall cost of what's going on. The last two tabs are going to be more on what you need to attach or track back to this project. If we're installing that new walk-in refrigerator and you want to keep track of a SKU number, a serial number, maybe the dimensions, you could actually create that as a new piece of equipment. If there's any documents like install manuals, if you have purchase agreements or anything that you really want to track, once again, back to this project, you could also upload it in the document section. But this allows you to keep everything in one spot, have multiple work orders or visits going on, and you're still tracking this longer job within our system. So this is what a built out project looks like. I want to go into what that process looks like to create a project. So once again, going back to my customer location, come down to the project tab, and now I can create a new project. This goes into that top section that we were looking at here. So I'm going to put test project for call. I'm sorry, this is a project number. Project manager can be my manager Darrell. This project type can be restaurant, HVAC, whatever you guys need to customize this. Salesman can be David. PO numbers. If you want to put an estimated or required profit margin, this is where you can mark that out. And then also a description of what's going on. Longer project, walk-in freezer replacements, material costing, labor, whatever you want to put in as your longer description, and then internal notes are going to be more for your team. Save that. And now we have a project created. Now, as you're building it out, you can create your proposals, you can build out the service calls, do what you need to, but that first page of creating a project goes into what we were looking at here. I hope this video was helpful to see that it is possible to track a longer job within SAWin, and our system isn't only built for quick service calls. This page here is going to give you a firm idea of what's going on and making sure that you have an easy way to track it every step of the way. So give me a call back or shoot me a quick email if you want to dive into this further. Again, I appreciate your time and I hope this was helpful. Thank you.